what we've achieved, some of the challenges we've met along the way. And as I say, that information is in this October 16th, 2008 State of the Council document. Now, I thought that just for a few minutes, since many of you, not all of you, I know, but many of you have had an opportunity to receive this in advance by email, and perhaps to read it, perhaps ponder it a little bit, think about it, and come prepared for some measure of discussion about it. So let me just ask, what is your response? What is your reaction to this State of the Council statement that's in your packet? Anybody?
I find it particularly encouraging the use of the weblog and the amount of communication coming from yourself and redirecting information from other sources. I think that's outstanding in terms of keeping us informed and the chapters informed. So I think for part of our purpose of communicating to the respective chapters, that's a great way to do it. It's more communication than I've seen in the past. So I highly encourage continuation of that effort.
I just wanted to ask you because I know.
I don't know if you did. As I mentioned in the report, that I have not been able to visit all the chapters. I've been trying to keep updated with their newsletters, and then I've requested a report, and I did get some reports, just a brief report from them. But I have visited several of the chapters, and I think I can say safely that all of the chapters seem to be in fairly healthy shape, other than the Stockton chapter, which seems to be declining. And I don't know if they're here or not. But otherwise, the big problem chapters are having, like in Area 1, like every other area, I believe, is getting volunteers to step up and fill positions. I know in our particular chapter, Alta chapter, we've got several openings that we're hoping that someone will step forward. And other than that, I would like to mention that Pete's chapter is a very active chapter in community and Veterans Affairs, and very noteworthy. And Bob Huss's chapter, the Valley Ridge chapter, Paradise Chico area, they're very active, and they get their members out to the meetings.
Might be just a hair bit longer. I received reports from four of the 7 chapters in Area 2, and I've tried to synthesize down what I've heard and what I've learned from my contacts with all of the presidents. We've had some spectacular successes, that being Moa Day on the Hornet. We had a turnout of 375 people come from all over the state of California. Huge chunk came from Sacramento and Santa Rosa. A contingent came all the way from Riverside. We had people from all over. And everybody seemed to just be full of enthusiasm when they were on board. And we don't know how that translates into additional recruiting or retention, but you just have that gut feeling that when people feel good, it makes them feel a little bit stronger in their support of MOA. And so I think there are some hidden benefits, intangible benefits along with the tangible benefits. And one of the tangible benefits was that even though at that level we had projected a net loss, we ended up with a net profit of $2,000, and we distributed that $2,000, $200 to a MOA scholarship fund, and then the rest was of the $1,800 was split 7 ways amongst the 7 chapters of Area 2, which gave about $250 some odd dollars to each of the chapters in Area 2 for their scholarship funds. So we had some tangible benefits from that event. One of the wonderful things that it did is it brought the 7 chapters presidents together, and to the point where we know each other and we can talk to each other and help each other out as needed. And it's not just up and down between me and them. They know each other and they network amongst each other because they were all involved in putting this event together. So it worked. We have on the downside, we have a serious situation which will take us later in the agenda, and that is whether or not it is beneficial to create a new chapter in Alameda County. And I'll say nothing more about that because it'll be discussed at a later time. It is a serious situation to us. Area 2's demographics, kind of taking off from what Mort just said here a few minutes ago, declining membership. Our members are getting older. There's no military bases in Area 2 except for the Coast Guard, and then right down in Monterey, which is at the very end of our territory, is the postgraduate school and the language school. That helps one chapter, but doesn't do much for the rest of us. So we have no active duty people, that new blood to bring into our 7 chapters, except down in the Monterey area. Nobody is moving into the Bay Area, relatively speaking, because the cost of living is so high. So when people retire, they don't come there. They, in fact, leave there when they retire because the cost of living is too high and they go retire elsewhere. So we lose members amongst our chapters from the high cost of living. As our chapters decline, what we find is that our pool of leadership talent declines. I don't think I'm telling anybody anything that doesn't exist anywhere else in California. And so one of our chapters, the San Francisco chapter, and thanks for coming, Steve. We'll see you here. Steve has had to go pull eye teeth here, there, and everywhere to find a chapter president to succeed him and to keep the chapter from going under. And he's been successful in doing this, but that wasn't a fun experience, was it, Steve? So this is a problem I think we're all experiencing. Lower meeting attendance due to shrinkage of the chapter size. And where that affects us is when you get down to a certain threshold, you can't go out and get good speakers. It'd be embarrassing to bring some highfalutin person in and have 25, 30 people sitting around the room there. And then if you don't get good speakers and have good programs, you further lose attendance at your meeting, so it's a downward spiral. And it's something that is a challenge to all of us. It seems like we're all experiencing a loss of auxiliary members, and I'm not sure I have a handle on exactly why that is happening, but seems to be happening. On the good news side, to end up with, all of our chapters are involved in supporting the ROTC and JROTC movements. San Francisco has gone the extra mile, and they have been one of the leaders in the effort to stop this business of getting rid of the JROTC chapters, not units, in the San Francisco area. And I believe there's a proposition on the ballot that San Francisco is working to see get passed, that proposition would allow JROTC units to continue.
It's a non-binding resolution.
Non-binding resolution. So that's one of the good things there. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.